that one there
Yep.
next, and then you do one for the whole of the
And
second.
then for the lot. So the next resolution, I need a mover and a seconder for the 2014-15 annual plan, consisting of the draft and the changes in A, B, C, D and F, and adopted by resolution above as adopted. So Andrew Turner, seconded Glenn Livingston. I'll put that motion.
So one of the issues we ran into with the audit office over a few years was being really clear that we have a resolution that sets the timing of when instalments are due and the penalties. Can I just check that we've got a formal resolution happening for those? Because I don't want to end up in the same situation last time, like we were last time.
I think that's further down, is it?
Starting from setting of rates for the 14-15 financial year in bold.
Yeah.
It sets out the detail of the rates, so rather than just being in the appendices, which has been practiced in the past, they're included within what you are adopting and approving.
So, okay. So we're going to have separate
So
resolutions
that's a
on
separate
these.
resolution?
The council, yes. So, end of that first paragraph, the council resolves to set the following rates.
Yeah,
So-
but that's not the one we're dealing with now, is it?
No, but that was
so it's the
answering
next
Councillor
one.
Johansson's
So
It's coming.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
that's,
it's coming.
That's fine.
So we've got a mover and a seconder. I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. That's carried. And now we come to the resolution to set the rates. But we still have to go back at the end and do that, the all-up resolution, don't we? Yeah. Okay. So, Yep.
Can I just interrupt? There is a further resolution to go in there adopting the fees and charges and changes to the development contributions policy that will run as amendments to the 3-year plan concurrently with the annual plan consultation. Is that up now, Sean?
right, so that's been, well, look, somebody put it up after they took out the minor changes and errors one, so,
Okay.
but how can it be in Schedule D?
Apparently they're not listed in the schedule, so is there a schedule?
The fees and charges are unchanged from what was in the draft.
Oh, so we actually dealt with that part of that resolution, but it doesn't matter. Councillor East and Councillor Livingstone will move and second the this other one, which basically picks up those the amendments consulted on concurrently with the draft annual plan being adopted, including the amendments to the fees and charges schedule set out in Appendix D. They were reported as minor changes and corrections to errors in the original resolution, which is why I ended up asking where it had gone. So anyway, but this is the wording that is preferred, and it doesn't matter that we've already passed the other one. Yanni?
Where's the resolution that changes the DC's policy? That's it. So I'm really nervous because actually the audit office was really critical of us making sure we had sufficient detail for people to follow what we're doing. So if developers challenge us, I want to be really clear that we've got a very specific resolution around what the change is, and we know exactly what we're agreeing to.
Okay, they're all set out in Appendix D, so I don't mind writing in the word development contributions policy.
What is the change?
Hey?
Where is the change?
Page 211 of the draft plan has the changes to the development contributions policy set out in that.
Yeah, no, I know what's happened is that the amendment around can we just take out the amendments, and what are the amendments in the 3-year plan that were consulted on concurrently?
They were the development contributions policy
Okay, the amendments to the, so can we take out that whole of the, including the amendments to the fees and schedules set out in Appendix D? We've done that. We've accepted the minor and corrections to errors set out in that. So can we go back to the beginning of that resolution and say the amendments to the development contributions policy, and what other amendments were consulted on concurrently? That's all. The amendments to the development contributions policy 2013 are contained within the 2013.
There were amendments to the fees and charges consulted on as an amendment to the 3-year plan, which was in that page.
Oh, I see.
That is why that resolution is as it is.
Okay, the amendments to the development contributions policy and the fees and charges, is it policy? Fees and charges, or just fees and charges?
Just fees and charges.
And fees and charges, so
And the
take out the word
rates-
the.
And the rates, remissions and postponements policy.
And the rates remission and postponements policy.
Yep.
I think that's it.
Contained in the draft 2013-16 3-year plan.
Yes.
Oh, no, the annual plan.
Consulted,
It's all changed.
annual plan, 3-year. Oh, no, so, okay. No, that doesn't make sense. It's not a draft. No, I know that, but it says with the draft annual plan are adopted. So the amendments to the development contributions policy.
The only change I'd make to that was would be to get rid of draft before 2016.
Yeah. I was just about to do that. So the amendments to the development contributions policy, comma, take out the word and, fees and charges, and the rates remission and postponement policy contained in the 2013 consulted on concurrently with the draft 2014-15 annual plan are adopted. So and we've amended the Appendix D.
Should we say
Yeah.
fees and charges as scheduled?
Eh?
Should we use the word fee, schedule after fees and charges?
The scheduled fees and charges? No, I think it's
Fees and
okay.
charges schedule and the
Fees
rate.
and charges schedule? Is it a schedule in the plan? Yeah.
It's not really a schedule within the draft annual plan.
No, but is it within the 3-year plan?
I think it is.
Yes.
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, so the fees and charges schedule
Yep.
and the rates remission and postponement policy contained in the 2013-16 3-year plan consulted on concurrently with the draft 2014 annual plan are adopted.
Yes.
So that's been moved by David East, seconded by Glenn Livingston. I'll put, Glenn, you're not Glenn, you're Yanni.
I just want to make sure you're really clear about the DCs, because we've had a lot of changes that have been made, and new information's come to light. On page 218 of our council agenda, of the amendment to the 3-year
Yep.
plan, we have a table setting out the activities that we're charging DCs for. And I just want to be reassured from staff that none of those tables have changed, because that's what we're agreeing to now. And it does seem a little bit odd when we know, for example, the Hawesville Library's been pushed out into a different year. I think you just need to look at this and see that this has implications for what we're charging for DCs. And if it's changed, we need to have it amended. Because I cannot believe between when this went out for a draft and now, timing hasn't changed and budgets have not changed for these facilities. Quite possibly. But I mean, I hate to do this at the last minute, but it's become very apparent that through our conversations that this is critically important.
Are we able to get any guidance on that?
There's, as far as the development contributions policy goes, there's been no changes to any of the timing of any of the assets that we're looking to charge development contributions on at this stage, other than those that we will bring through as part of the carry forwards, which is the normal excuse me, which is the normal process that we do in July. Once the year has closed, we come back to the council for carry forwards. But all other budgeted large projects are unchanged from what councillors, what staff flagged for the draft, and there has been nothing.
So if I take the Eastern Pool recreation facility, 640,000 is supposed to be done by the end of this month. Clearly, that's not going to be expended.
So it'll be carried
So
forward.
that
Part
gets
of the
carried
carry
forward.
forwards that are brought back to you in July.
So the DC's contribution policy in 2014 and 15 should reflect that that would be 1,300 or however much that actually is.
No, because we have to carry it forward.
So until we carry it forward, you're saying we don't change this
No.
table?
No.
Okay.
The carry forwards will pick up the final position in the capital projects. And that's simply because at this stage of the year, it's impossible to know where we are with all the work.
Yep. All right, so I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. And I mean, Councillor Johansson's absolutely right to want to be very clear, crystal clear on these, because we know that there's a piece of legislation going through Parliament at the moment because the resolutions were not clear and appropriate in the past. So the next resolution is in fact an extremely important resolution in that regard. So who would like to move the correct resolution for us? Phil Clearwater, seconded by Paul Lonsdale. So these ones are the setting of the rates under the Local Government Rating Act. And can we have an assurance that this is the correct resolution?
The question be the dollar, the decimal points referred to are the correct updated figures
No. We're asking, is this the legally correct resolution that is acceptable so that we do not have to subsequently be told that we haven't set our... yes. Yeah. And so we could call it the... if there has to be a local bill, it would be called the last thing that I ever did for the Christchurch City Council bill.
If it's any consolation to Mr Mitchell, this reflects the resolution that went through in September last year, correcting the rates resolutions, drafted carefully by Simpson Grierson over a fairly long period of time. That we've taken that, used it this time, flicked it back to Simpson Grierson yet again, to have given it a tick.
So we'll call it the last time we ever used Simpson Grierson.
That's more like it.
Yeah. All right, no, that's fine. So, yes.
It's not so much about setting the rate per se, it's about how we set it, and it's hard to incorporate this in there. It's an administration question more than anything else. And what I'm going to ask is 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But would it be possible for us to, when we send the rates bill out, to actually have a discount for an early or on-time payment as opposed to a penalty for a late payment? It's just, I prefer sticks over carrots, and I want to be an incentivising council as opposed to a punishing council. Yeah, incentives, not disincentives. Carrots, better than sticks. It's the same thing, but I'd rather offer a discount if they paid it on time or earlier as opposed to penalising if it was late. Is it possible to do that?
Yanni, I don't think so, because the Rating Act talks about penalties, and I don't think...
So the Rating Act is that's how they work. They're just a giant
That's
stick.
the way they work,
okay,
so if
all
that's
right.
how they work, that's how we work.
Can I actually
I can't
just...
alter that one then.
Can I just correct myself then too, that let us go back up, before we resolve this, could we go back up to the top and pass the resolution that was I thought that we'd agreed that there would be an overarching resolution. That's very odd.
Sorry, you asked me that question, and we should just said we put a final for everything up to setting for rates. Put that to the vote.
Yes, that's right. So where is the resolution that does that?
Needs to be added in now.
So what is the resolution? Okay, well, I will move that, and Tim Scandrett had actually already seconded it. So I'll put the overarching motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say
Sorry,
no.
Chair. Can we see the detail under?
No,
under
we're not
the
doing
B?
that one yet. this is the
Only
overarching.
this overall, yes. I think the public figure, we need to
all of
double
the
check.
above is
Yeah.
now confirmed. So I'll
Okay.
put that motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. That's carried.
Okay, yeah.
And now we move to all of the rates. Now, these have been adjusted for the decisions that we've
Adjusted.
made, so that's why they're different from the ones that are printed in
Oh,
front
yes,
of you.
yes, that's right. Yes.
So if you would like to gently scroll through these so that people can see them. I mean, the words
Yes,
haven't changed except for the dollars and cents.
Okay, yeah.
All right?
Which is
Yeah.
the implications of what we just passed.
Is that all good? Yep.
That's right, correct.
So the
Update.
first one of these has been moved and seconded. This is the resolution that sets the rates. I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. And now we set the instalments with due dates for payments. And I think that I should let Jani Johansson move this. And seconded by Phil Clearwater. So I'll put the instalment resolution. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. And then we come to other matters for resolution. We'll deal with these separately. So,
We've moved a bit fast. There should be a resolution just under the table of the areas around adding the following penalty to unpaid
penalties.
rates.
Right, okay, here, sorry, that was the other thing that wasn't right. So who would like to move the penalties? Jamie Cobb.
Someone that cancelled Christmas camp.
And seconded by David East. So I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Carried. And actually, I think we can put all of these together. They're authorising the Chief Financial Officer and the Corporate Finance Manager to borrow in accordance with the liability management policy, authorising the Chief Financial Officer to make any necessary amendments required to ensure the plan is in accordance with our resolutions, and resolves to apply option 2 of clause 6.3 of the Canterbury Earthquake Rating Order for the 2014-15 financial year, which I think means that we don't have to...
I believe that's the one around a building being demolished and, or being re-inhabited throughout the year.
Oh yes, that's right. That's about
Yes,
whether
it was in
we
the background.
individual ones. That was in the
Yes.
background of the report, which I tried to use for another purpose and found that I couldn't. So that's fine. All right. So I'm happy to move the 3 resolutions. Does anyone want to second Paul Lonsdale? So I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. That's carried. And that appears to be that. Yes. So, look, thank you all very, very much. I think that, people have worked incredibly hard. People have looked for solutions. I know that staff have worked incredibly hard behind the scenes, and I just want to record our thanks to you for all of the work that you've done, we know that you've got a great team back there, and you know, and it's great to have the confidence that we've passed the right resolutions and certainly done everything that we can to make this better. I am seriously looking forward to putting our line in the sand in terms of the historic position that we've inherited, and 31st of July is a date that I'm looking forward to, when we can really set out a vision for our future as a city and plan the way ahead, and then start working with our community to deliver on that. So thank you very much, and thank you very much. I declare the meeting closed.
Welcome.